Oh, hello. Welcome, neighbors. This is the Friday podcast with your host. I feel like the camera's dirty. It's not my name. Chris Chaos. I want to clean the camera. How do I know if it's dirty? I don't. It looks like the part where not the lens is. Anyway, me being OCD, undiagnosed. I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a very interesting couple weeks. Another late episode, but hey, better late than never. You know what I mean? God is good. God is great. Shout out to family, friends, co-workers, compadres, everybody, fans, the subscriptions, the commenters, the likes. Please go follow the Odd Pods channel. Link will be in the description. Please go follow Chris Chaos Music. Link in the description. Check out our Spotify page. Link down there. I got an EP called Dark Days, Bright Nights. If you haven't heard it, check it out. Links. New EP coming soon. Hopefully in a couple months. Called 34/7. Yeah. So some things that happened. So last time that I talked about, I don't know if I talked about jury duty. Because I don't remember talking about getting lost in the parking garage and having to eat my lunch early because I was lost in there. Because first I parked in the upper spot because I had to go downtown Dallas. And that shit was like $20 for a few hours. So I was like, fuck it, I'm already late. Let me go to the court. You know what's fucking crazy? So I have my bag full of everything. And for my allergies, for not being bored, to charge my phone. Like I got eye drops, nose spray, toothpicks. I got some snacks. I got the Bible. I got the ancient Mexico history book. I got a drawing book, pens, waters. I didn't take any energy drinks in there, which I didn't really need them, but it would have been nice to have them. And I'm trying to remember, did I smoke? I did smoke a little bit before, because I was like, yo, this might be a long day. And I'm not going to work, so why not? I didn't get blasted or anything. But so it was and so they told us, we went into the room and this lady was telling us, she reminded me of the lady who plays, she has short hair and she always plays like a mean boss lady. There was a movie with Paul Rudd and Stifler where they have to be big brothers and she's like the boss or whatever. Anyway, she reminded me of her. She was going down the list of names. My number was 444. Pretty dope. She told us where the garage was. She's like, it's under. She taught us two different streets, but the only one I got was Houston and something. Commerce. She's like, it's like you're going underneath the old courthouse. I'll put a picture of the old courthouse that I took. And yeah, it's like, it took me a couple times going around the building to fit, because it's like it's real easy to miss. It's like a little sharp turn. So I went in there, got my ticket, and that's when I got lost. Because I was like, it's confusing, because the arrows are like, this way's exit, but this way's more parking, and it's very confusing. I went in a few circles, I have a deep dislike for those kind of parking garages, because when I used to deliver pizza for Papa John's, I delivered in downtown Dallas, and there was a bunch of new like massive apartment complexes with massive parking lots that were stories. And there was like this one apartment complex off of Malcolm X, I think, if I'm not mistaken. 3 huge buildings. I had to pull out my phone to find my car because I went to the same parking garage at the top twice, and I was like, fuck this, let me see it. And so it did help because you could see the buildings. Yeah, so I was able to like go down the list. Okay, I've been to this one, let me go to this one. But that took a while. And this one took a while. I ended up eating my snack and I got back kind of late. So before that, I forgot. So I park, I go in. They check in your bag, you gotta take off your buckle. I forget that in my backpack, I got a switchblade, scissors, spray deodorant, which I guess you can't take aerosol cans. So they couldn't find them. And I couldn't find, because it's had so much shit. I was like, it's gotta be in the bottom in there somewhere. And I was like, they're like, just go, take it out. And one lady, I mean, it obviously looked ridiculous because I was the only person taking that much shit like I was going camping. But I was not finna get bored up in there. I was gonna make that shit productive time. So one of them, it's like 3 ladies, a white lady, a Hispanic lady, and an African American lady. And the African American lady was like, you really don't need all that, they're gonna have you doing stuff. And then I lied, I said my mom was here last week and she got bored. She was here till 5. Now, the lie is she wasn't at that court. She had to go to another court, the Luceric one, which is over there like outside of downtown Dallas. She was there till 5, but I'm sure she was just on her phone. No offense to her, but that might be enough. That's enough for some people. For me, that's not enough. I get bored on my phone. Because of course I use my phone too, played a couple matches of chess. But there's only so much you can do, in my opinion. And so she was like, oh, I feel you. So I went back. So I went to my car, took it out, found the parking, went back, blah, blah, blah. Go back, they tell you which court to go to, so we go up there. In our court, for some reason, they had another previous trial that was like taking longer than expected. So we had, like, they kept lining us up like we're about to get ready, and they're like, hold up. The jury asked for some, I don't know, some bullshit. Took a long time. Finally, we got in there, they explained everything, they asked us some stupid questions. But I get it, it's all walks of life, all IQs. But there was some very intelligent people in there that made a lot of money. They were like, it was all walks of life, literally. Like, there was a lawyer, there was like a nurse practitioner, there was me, who's just a teacher assistant, young, old, pretty, ugly, big, small. It's pretty interesting. And I was kind of excited to go because I had been watching Better Call Saul, which is all about lawyers and stuff. Not all about lawyers, but the main part of the show. At least in the first few seasons. So yeah, and so finally they asked us questions. The last question that the second lawyer asked was, does anybody have any religious or philosophical issue with judging somebody? And I raised my hand. And then she was like, yes, sir. And I was like, well, this past summer I just finished reading the Bible. I just personally don't think that I could judge somebody. And she said, well, if the judge asked you to put that aside, would you be able to come to a decision? I said, I would be able to put it to the side, but I don't know if I'd be able to come to a decision. So luckily they didn't pick me. But that was true. That wasn't a lie. Damn, sometimes I feel like Slippery Saul. No, what's his name? Slippin' Jimmy. Whatever. Great show. Better Call Saul. It's hard for me to say, but it's a little better than Breaking Bad. But they need each other. You can't have one without the other. It's peanut butter and jelly, so I can't compare them like that. They just... And the El Camino's the bread. So that was me. That's my jury duty. Oh, no. So finally they picked us. It was she was like, so I could let y'all go for lunch and then pick y'all, but I like to pick the jury first so that the ones who don't have to come back, they don't come back. So it was 2:00. I was hungry, tired. I was like the only one yawning and shit. Everybody else was like just good. I was like, what the fuck? So they didn't call me. So it was about 2:00 and they finally let us go. There's traffic to get home, but use that GPS and it's still pretty cool. I'm still waiting on my check. They're supposed to send us $20. They changed it from 6 to 20. I could use that $20. Anyway, that was jury duty. Let's move on to random questions. Number 841 from 3,000 questions. Actually, let me check the camera just make sure everything's okay. It wasn't a WP thing or anything. No, that's the chair. What is something children of today are not doing enough of? Now, I could come up with a cliche answer and be like socializing or playing outside, but a lot of kids are doing all that. In fact, most kids have to. They go outside for recess when they have to socialize with the kids. So, to be honest, I don't know, because every new generation is an experiment. What you're not doing enough of, we won't know until they grow up, and then they can calculate and analyze. What did I not do enough of? I can only say what I did not do enough of as a child. I didn't take enough responsibility, accountability. I don't know if kids these days are doing. I think that's a base. What is it called? It just depends, case to case basis. Yeah. All right. What has been the worst decision you've ever made in your life so far? Jeez, Louise, heavy hitter early in the morning. What's the worst decision? Look, every bad decision I've made has led to this point in my life. This point in my life, I'm the most spiritually awakened I've ever been. More sure of myself than I've ever been. So maybe all that stupid shit I did had to happen. Let's just go back. Let's go back to when I was a kid. Let's just do. I was a lookout for this white kid, this white boy. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to paint a picture. I don't care that he's white, but it was my homeboy in elementary school. It was like 4th grade. And on the weekends, we would get dropped off there. Well, he could walk because he lived close to the school. I would get dropped off, and then the school bus would pick us up and take us to do tennis practice. And I love tennis practice because there was this girl from another school who had like these colored eyes, and she was beautiful. As a kid, I was like, wimpy kid, and it was just like a cartoon. Anyway, one time we get back to school, and this kid, I forgot his name. I'm not gonna put him out there. I mean, there's been enough times past where, But he said, hey, I left the window open in class. I didn't lock it when the teacher told me to close it. He said, I can go in there if you just look out for me. I was like, well, so what are you gonna get? So he decided to get tickets, which the tickets, we could buy shit in the classroom, right? He also decided to get a bunch of airheads. Is that what they're called? Yeah, airheads. Those little slabs of sugar or whatever the fuck. Chewy shit, they're pretty good. They were at the time. Quality candy at the time. So he went in, he got a bunch of airheads, got a roll of tickets. Like, bro, when you rob a bank, you ask for non-sequential order bills so that they know that you didn't just get them all in order and got them straight from the bank. But whatever. The tickets was dumb. The whole thing was dumb. Bad decision for me to agree. I should have been like, nah, man, bad idea. Not gonna do that. I'm gonna go away from my mom. That's what I should have said. But I wanted to be cool. And I told my mom, I said, yeah, we got these airheads from the shop, because there was a shop at the tennis place. I wonder where the tennis place was. Because now I live close to a tennis place. I wonder if they just brought us over here. Which, I don't know. There's probably way more in Dallas. So then we got caught because he called me about it. He was like, yo, he called and he had this girl on the other line. Now this girl on the other line, she was in our class. She was also on Wishbone, the show, a couple times. Tidbit. But so he's like, hey Chris, call me back whenever you get home or whenever you're not busy. We had just got back from the Blockbuster, I think. We got a pizza. Now what he did was he clicked over. So when he clicked over, he put my the voicemail, the home voicemail, and the girl on three-way. And she was like, hey, just like a movie, cliche. Hey, tell me again what you guys did. And he's like, all right. So I went into the classroom and Chris was on the lookout and da-da-da-da-da-da. My mom heard it and started crying and was so upset. Dumb decision. Coke or Pepsi? If I have to pick, I'm picking a Mexican Coke. But I'm trying not to drink none of that shit. How good are you at fixing things and what specifically are you handy at? I'm okay. Certain things. Not all things. Little things. I can sometimes figure out if it's like small tools. But if it's like something kind of more complicated, I need experience. What am I specifically handy at? Now you need something to screw with a screwdriver? I got you. What was the last social faux pas you made? Oh, I don't know what a faux pas is. I gotta look that shit up. What do you think there's a war on in today's society? Bro, these fucking questions. Whoever had this page, the author wrote this page, was like a writer. What was the, was there a war on true enlightenment? What celebrity makes you want to scream in a bad way? Okay, it went from intelligent to ridiculous. So I'm gonna stop. Ridiculous. Faux pas. Then I thought this said, do you have an expensive vocabulary? Do you have an expansive vocabulary? I would like to think I do from the average, but when it comes to certain like authors and stuff, obviously my vernacular isn't as good as them. Faux. So I'm pretty decent. I give myself some credit. Social. Faux. F-A-U-X. Whenever I was little, we went to a speed zone. And on the top of the cards it said Grand Prix. I was like, Mom, what's Grand Prix? And they laughed. They're like, ha 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 ha. I was like, is that a bad word? It's not really a bad word, a prick. Maybe back then it was in the early 90s. Faux. Social. Alright, let's see what that is. So, faux pass. Celebrity that makes me want to scream. There's no celebrity I give a flying fudge about that would make me scream in a bad way. Cultural faux pas, social faux pas. Faux pas is a socially awkward or improper remark. Like talking on a cell phone during the performance is a huge faux pas. So something I did that was socially awkward. One I can remember, I had my phone in my hand and my other hand was full, and this attractive lady was down the hallway, and she waved goodbye, and instead of me, I'm like, or I went, and I had my phone in my hand, like shaking it like a ridiculous person. All right, I'm gonna end it right there because that's a lot. That is a lot. We're gonna go into spirit animals and whatnot in a bit. Be right back. So, welcome ladies and gentlemen to Spirit Animals. Sometimes spirit animals are not normally, they're not necessarily mammalians, mammals. Sometimes they're insects or arachnids or arthropods or whatever the fuck. Today, I'm going to discuss an animal that I've talked about before, but not this particular color. So, the green dragonfly. Symbolism and Metaphor.com says the green dragonfly is a symbol of growth, spiritually, mentally, and physically. The dragonfly can be a sign that you are maturing and leveling up in a way that is going to put you in the best position to have your dream life. The green dragonfly has been believed to be a symbol of deep connection to nature for centuries. In many spiritual practices and cultures, the green dragonfly is considered to be a direct message from fairies and other magical beings, sent directly from the magical realm in which they reside from away from the naked eye. Dragonflies evolved over 300 million years ago. I don't know what I just read. Dragonflies evolved over 300 million years ago. They are an integral part of their ecosystem. If you find yourself dreaming of green dragonflies or are lucky enough to come across one in your day-to-day life, be sure to make a conscious effort to take time out of your day to reconnect with the world around you. This could be as simple as walking barefoot on grass or sand, or taking a walk around the block on your lunch break. You do not need to be in a picturesque location to enjoy nature. Nature is all around you each and every day, and the green dragonfly has shown itself to remind you of that. Color-meanings.com. Like blue, green is an iridescent color that can be found on the body, wings, and eyes of dragonflies. The green darner and the pond hawk are some species known for being green. The giant Hawaiian dragonfly, the largest and fastest species in the United States, is also known for its green tints. Green is a key color in nature, often holding meanings of growth, fertility, abundance, and renewal. Green dragonflies can also be a symbol of trust, just like blue dragonflies. Green is associated with the fourth chakra, also called the heart chakra, which relates to your heart, lungs, and respiratory system. It is known to affect your serious emotions and relationships in life. If you come across a green dragonfly, it could signify that you need new relationships in life, whether it's with friends, family, or significant others. Since green is a color of heart and nature, these dragonflies are said to come by to encourage healthy, nurturing relationships. It's always dope when I see one because they're not common, at least where I'm from. All right. Angel number of the week. I'm trying to come up with jingles for each one. 191. Sunsigns.org says, angel number 191 encourages you to believe in yourself when it comes to deciding what you know is best or important for you. Never rely on other people's opinions to shape your life. 191 symbolism is asking you to respect other people's choices. Everyone has a different journey to accomplish. Never force your choices down other people's throats. The secret of the tarot.com says that 191 carries the energies that permeate all areas of your life. It guides you to succeed in love as well as in your career and health. This is one of the most powerful signs when it comes to love, romance, and relationships. It brings the energies you need to take a relationship to the next level. Angelnumber.org. 191 is a sign from your guardian angels asking you to consider using your gifts and talents to serve and help humanity in some way. By doing that, you will move forward on the path of serving your divine life purpose. The angels are congratulating you for creating beautiful opportunities through your positive attitude and beliefs. AngelManifest.com says that 191 tells you to take advantage of the excellent opportunities that have been made possible by your optimistic outlook, ideas, and affirmations. Your angels want you to accept these tests since they are part of your divine life journey. Last but not least, the reading tub. Angel number 191 is made up of two powerful numbers, 1 and 9. 1 represents new beginnings, ambitions, leadership, and taking initiative. It also symbolizes fresh starts, ambition, and progress. I already said ambition. Number 9 is associated with spiritual awakening, inner wisdom, and compassion. My sister's birthday is this month. Happy birthday to my sister. I was gonna put a birthday out there, but I'd rather not. Just in case, you know. You never know. Alright. I need some more water. We are back. Dun 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 dun. Dream meanings. Dream meaning of the week, or weeks, or month is. So I wrote it down, and I don't remember even having this dream, so I'm glad I wrote it down. So this is a message. If you have dreams, write them down, because you might not be able to look it up then, but you'll look it up later, and it might have some kind of cool symbolism. I had a dream I was getting a tattoo on my mano. So I looked it up. Auntie Faux, that's AUNTYFLO.com, says a tattoo dream is all about definition. It indicates you're trying to define yourself, and that has to represent you or somebody else who wants to be associated with positive energy. Excuse me. It is also a symbol of a spiritual journey. In short, the color, design, and placement of the tattoo have a specific meaning. And I should have went more into auntieflow.com. But I don't know if they had a hand one, because it was like all these other places. I'm gonna look it up. Dreamlastnight.com says getting a hand tattoo while dreaming suggests you will soon receive abundance, wealth, growth, or more happiness surrounding one of your main goals in life. Look at your hand as a metaphor. You are taking matters into your own hands and letting your intuition guide your life's journey. Oops. Okay, tabir.app. In general, getting a tattoo on your hand in a dream can symbolize a desire for self-expression or a need to stand out and make a statement. It could also represent a desire for change or a need to mark a significant event or personal transformation in your life. DreamAboutMeaning.com says to dream about getting a tattoo on your hand is a symbol for potential to achieve and do something with yourself. You are putting on a tough facade. You are getting caught with something possibly. This indicates a protective force around you. You are seeking the spotlight or looking for attention. So that one's just kind of a list of random things that I guess it could be. I like the protective force over you. Because we are kind of like in the book, the Merkaba, you know, or Merkaba, or whatever you want to call it. However you want to pronounce it. Tattoo's one of those words I always forget how to spell. It's like 2 T's, 2 O's. I know the 2 O's, I don't know if it is, but it is 2 T's, it just looks right. And tattoo dream. Yo, Omni Flow. What you got? Where you go? Man, I'm coming. Now you know what it do. For sure. What it is. You know. Tattoo. From your head to your toes. Dun, 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 dun. So see the other people dream of women with tattoo. Man. To see the dream that you see a male I don't even remember who the tattoo artist was. If it was male or female. Alright, so let's see what AuntieFlow.com says. Dream of getting a tattoo. Getting a tattoo in real life is quite a big step and important decision. It is really something that you're going to carry for the rest of your life. There's a huge amount that needs to be done before embarking on body art. In dreams, the tattoo can indicate our own self-identity and spiritual journey. Most people start off with a small tattoo. If, however, you dream of getting a huge tattoo, maybe over the whole body, then this can indicate you're going to push yourself to the max. The body placement that has to is also important. If you had a tattoo on the arms, then this can indicate freedom and spontaneous relationships. I guess the hand is close to the arms. One on the ankle indicates that other people turn to you for advice. Tattoo on your lower back can imply the beginning of a new path of life. That would be hilarious if I got a lower back tattoo on my journey dream. This is quite a profound symbolism, and the tattoo on your back indicates you can indicates that behind you is possible setbacks and difficulties in life. A tattoo seen on the wrist, in the dream can suggest that you need to be more graceful in life. If you dreamed of having tattoos on the legs, this is a representation of your personality. It will take you anywhere you need to succeed. An armband. I wouldn't covering up, do it yourself. A tattoo all over your body. Henna tattoo. It's kind of like a henna tattoo. To dream of henna tattoo symbolizes good luck. Often people have these dreams when they are going to enter a new phase in life. There are many variations in the design of this type of tattoo. The most used are the Arabic designs, the Indian, and the Pakistani Mendi designs. Women apply henna on their feet and hands. Oh, yeah, it's a woman thing. But it was black. It was like a black henna. Historically, henna was used in parts of Southeast Asia, the Arabian Peninsula, parts of North Africa, and the Indian subcontinent and the Horn of Africa. The name henna comes from the original name of the henna plant used to produce henna. And then the writer of this says, sorry, I just love my facts, but as I said at the start, henna equals love or a new start. Tattoo artist, tattoo on chest, face, rose. I couldn't tell what kind of fuck it was. So some positive aspects of these kind of dreams. Your dreams of having a tattoo show your sense of uniqueness and a will to stand out among others. You dream of getting a tattoo with one of your friends. This implies everlasting friendship. I do feel like somebody was there. Alright, that's pretty good. Shout out to AuntieFlow.com. Let's go to the next port. Let's go to the next part as we wrap up this show. It's so good, bro. Anxiety news with your host. Oh shit. Hold on. Anxiety news with your host, Christopher X Chaos. Now this is from MSN.com. Science links anxiety to high IQs and social anxiety to very rare psychic gift. Story by Chloe Crawford, shared 5 days ago. So, although Western medicine has radically transformed our world for the better and given rise to some of the most remarkable breakthroughs in human history, in some ways it is still scratching at the lower slopes of the bigger picture. I agree. Only recently have our health systems begun to embrace the healing power of some ancient Eastern traditions, such as meditation, for example. But overall, nowhere across the human health spectrum is Western medicine more unknowledgeable than in the realm of mental health. The human brain is the most complex biological machine in the known universe, and our understanding of its inner workings is made all the more challenging when we factor in the symbiotic relationship of the mind-body connection. When it comes to the wide range of diagnoses in the mental health spectrum, in the mental health spectrum, anxiety is the most common, affecting 40 million adults in the United States aged 18 and under, 18% of the U.S. population. And although anxiety can manifest in extreme and sometimes crippling degrees of intensity, Western doctors are warming up to understanding that a little bit of anxiety could be incredibly beneficial in the most unexpected ways. Let's continue. One research study out of Lakehead University discovered that people with anxiety scored higher on verbal intelligence tests. Another study conducted by the Interdisciplinary Center Herzliya in Israel found that people with, shout out to, man, I think some shit's going down. It's pretty scary. Let's pray for everybody over there in the Middle East. And I'm just hearing stuff that sounds like sure it's a car or something. There's some kind of power to it, but over there they're probably hearing it's like nunchucks. I heard there was a bomb. I have no idea. This is not the source for this. This is anxiety news. I don't want to give you anxiety. This is just about anxiety. People with anxiety were superior to other participants at maintaining low laser focus while overcoming a primary threat, as they are being bombarded by numerous other smaller threats, thereby significantly increasing their chance of survival. The same research team also discovered that people with anxiety showed signs of sentinel intelligence, meaning they were able to detect real threats that were invisible to others, i.e. test participants with anxiety were able to detect the smell of smoke long before others in the group. We're in high alert, baby. Another research study from the SUNY Downstate Medical Center in New York, that's SNUY, involved participants with generalized anxiety disorder, GAD. The findings revealed that people with severe cases of GAD had much higher IQs than those who had more mild cases. The theory is that an anxious mind is a searching mind. Many children with GAD develop higher levels of cognitive ability and diligence because their minds are constantly examining ideas, information, and experiences from multiple angles simultaneously. But perhaps most fascinating of all is a research study published by the National Institutes of Health and the National Center for Biotechnology Information involving participants with social anxiety disorder, i.e. social phobia. The researchers embarked on their study with the following thesis. Individuals with social phobia show sensitivity and attentiveness to other people's states of mind. Although cognitive processes in SP have been extensively studied, these individuals' social cognition characteristics have never been examined before. We hypothesize that high socially anxious individuals may exhibit elevated mentalizing and empathic abilities. The research methods were as follows. Empathy was assessed using self-rating scales in HSA individuals and low socially anxious individuals. Based on their score on the Leibowitz social anxiety scale, the computerized task was used to assess the ability to judge first and second order affective versus cognitive mental state attributions. I don't know what that's or even just what came out of my mouth right now. Remarkably, the scientists found that a large portion of people with social anxiety disorder are gifted empaths, people whose right brains are operating significantly above normal levels and are able to perceive the physical sensitivities, spiritual urges, motivations, and intentions of other people around them. See Dr. Jill Bolt Taylor's TED Talk below for a powerful explanation of this ability. The team's conclusion reads, results support the hypothesis that high socially anxious individuals demonstrate a unique profile of social cognitive abilities with elevated cognitive empathy tendencies and high accuracy and effective mental state attributions. Empaths, who have fully embraced their abilities, are able to function on a purely intuition-based level. As Steve Jobs once said, intuition is more powerful than intellect. To learn why Western medicine may be misinterpreting mental illness at large, be sure to read the fascinating account of Malidoma Patrice Sommet, PhD, a shaman and a Western-trained doctor. In the shamanic view, mental illness signs the birth of a healer, explains Malidoma Patrice Sommet. Thus, mental disorders are spiritual emergencies, spiritual crises, and need to be regarded as such to aid the healer being born. Bro, that's fucking beautiful. Anxiety news. That was one of my favorite anxiety newses ever. Alright, we're going to talk about a show next. But we are going to take a break. I'll be right back. Let's all go to the movies. Hopefully they don't sue me. But this time, the movies are in your home. Sounds creepy, right? Frontier. This is one of those historical drama action show series on Netflix. It's fucking badass and underrated and not talked about enough. I'm not a big Jason Momoa fan. I didn't watch Game of Thrones. I didn't watch Aquaman. I didn't watch what else is he in? Moana. I didn't. Is he in Moana? No, that's Brock. I don't know. Whatever. I haven't seen him in a lot of shit, but this show, he's incredible. Frontier is a Canadian historical drama television series co-created by Rob Blackie and Peter Blackie, chronicling the North American fur trade in colonial Canada / Rupert's Land sometime in the late 1700s or early 1800s. The series is co-produced by Discovery Canada as the channel's first original scripted commission and Netflix. The series premiered on November 6, 2016. The series was renewed for a second season in October of 2016, ahead of its premiere, which premiered on October 18, 2017. Frontier was renewed for a third on September 20th of 2017, also ahead of the previous second season. The entirety of the third premiered first on Netflix and then was broadcast in Canada between December 7th and 21st, 2018. The synopsis. The series chronicles the North American fur trade in the late 1700s Canada and follows Declan Harp, which is Jason Momoa, a half-Irish, half-Cree outlaw who is campaigning to breach the Hudson's Bay Company's monopoly on the fur trade in his native land, which has become corrupt and engages in illegal activities to enrich itself. Now, it says he becomes the main character, but it starts off like this. There's a kid, a young man, and he's poor, and him and his girlfriend and this dude steal shit. So they were trying to steal from a boat, which was owned by the British military, I assume. I think they were redcoats, and they got caught on there, or he got caught on there, some shit like that. I think the girlfriend, I don't know. He got caught, and they were like gonna make him, somehow he was smart enough, or he talked well enough that he was able to like work for this dude who owned this big company of furs. I forgot what it's called. The Hudson Bay Company. But then he ended up meeting Declan. He was like supposed to find Declan Hart, but then he ends up being cool with Declan Hart. So he ends up working with Declan Hart, which is Momoa. And then Momoa knows like this Native American girl, and so the Native American girl and that young white boy, kick it off. It's kind of not always good, but they kind of have a thing. And then Declan, he has a thing for this the governor's daughter or something in some town, and he sneaks in sometimes to see her. So they got something going on. And he has he has a rivalry with some of the royal guard that stays there because of course they can occupy the place, and he's more native, so he's like living off the land and stuff. As are the people in the village, in the towns, but it's in the early 1800s, the natives were living, like in tents and stuff, whatnot. So it's kind of slow in the beginning, but it builds, and by the end, but that last episode, it's one of the greatest conclusions to any show, to any series, because it leaves questions, but it also has a conclusion. And it was pretty amazing. 5 stars, baby. All right, let's do Badass Woman in Her Story freestyle, and we'll get you guys out of here. So I learned about this person because of my job. I was trying to research Hispanic people for a bulletin board, and I don't know how I didn't know this, but it's synchronicity because I did that, and then they ended up putting her like on this big poster thing. She's on 2 different. I think she's in the, when you go into where I work, they put some like famous people. One's LeBron, but one's her, and a couple of different. There's like a scientist. Anyways, Ellen Ochoa, born May 10th, 1958, is an American engineer, former astronaut, and former director of the Johnson Space Center. In 1993, Ochoa became the first Hispanic woman to go to space when she served on a 9-day mission aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery. Ochoa became director of the center upon the retirement of the previous director, Michael Coates, on December 31st, 2012. He was like, yo, she's about to pop off a mouth. She was the first Hispanic director and the second female director of Johnson Space Center. Early life and education. Man, shout out to Wikipedia, bro. People hate on Wikipedia, but Ellen Lowry Ochoa was born, like I said, but it was in L.A., because I was going to say the date again. Was born in L.A., California, to Joseph and Roseanne Deardoff, I guess the mom was something else. Joseph Ochoa. So the dad was Hispanic. Her paternal grandparents immigrated from Sonora, Mexico to Arizona and later to California, where her father was born. He grew up in La Mesa, California. Ochoa was the middle child of 5 and neither parent had college degrees. Ochoa graduated from Grossmont High School in El Cajon in 1975. Her parents divorced when she was in high school and she lived with her mother and her brothers. Ochoa received a Bachelor of Science degree in physics from San Diego State University and graduated Pi Beta Kappa in 1980, before earning a Master of Science degree and a doctorate from Stanford Department of Electrical Engineering in 81 and 85, respectively. During her time at San Diego State University, she found that she loved physics, math, and engineering, ultimately deciding to major in physics and electrical engineering from Stanford. Man, there's some water. Did I finish my water? Let me get another water, guys. Awesome. Sorry. How unprofessional. Research and career. As a doctoral student at Stanford and later as a researcher at Sandia National Laboratories and the NASA Arms Research Center, Ochoa investigated optical systems for performing information processing. At the NASA Ames Research Center, she led a research group primarily on optical systems for automated space exploration. Space exploration. At Sandia National Laboratory, she applied what she knew about optics to the research being done on nuclear weapons. She patented an optical system to detect defects in a repeating pattern and is a co-inventor on 3 patents for an optical inspection system, an optical object recognition method, and a method for noise removal in images. Bro, so she's not just an astronaut. She's a scientist. She's an inventor. Ochoa was enticed by optical... I wonder if there's a movie. There's gotta be a movie that needs to be made about it. Ochoa was enticed by optical systems and committed to improving its applications for performing information processing. She wanted to help computers see. NASA later recognized her methods and optics could be used in fabricating, such as inspecting for flaws, or it might be used on a space vehicle such as the rover. As chief of the Intelligence Systems Technology branch at Ames, she supervised 35 engineers and scientists in the research and development of computational systems for aerospace missions. Ochoa was presented numerous papers at technical conferences and in scientific journals. She's presented numerous papers. NASA, in 85, she sent an application for NASA astronaut program, which was considered during the 87 process. She got the interview, wasn't selected, but she got accepted in 90. She became astronaut in 91 of July. This is cool because it comes out to Capcom. Her technical assignments in the astronaut office include serving as the crew representative for flight software, computer hardware, and robotics. Assistant for space station to the chief of the astronaut office, led spacecraft communicator, Capcom, in mission control, and acted as the deputy chief of the astronaut office. She became the first woman to go to space, first Hispanic woman to go to space. When she served on a 9-day mission aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery in 1993. I was 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 4 years old. The purpose of the shuttle mission was to study the Earth's ozone layer. A veteran of 4 space flights, Ochoa has logged nearly 1,000 hours in space. She was a mission specialist. In 93, was payload commander and mission specialist and flight engineer in 2002. Ochoa was in mission control during the space shuttle Columbia disaster. If you don't know what that was like some students and a teacher were just up in the space shuttle. I think they were going to the atmosphere and exploding. She was one of the first personnel informed of television coverage showing Columbia's disintegration. From 2007, after retiring from, shout out to 2007, that's when I graduated. Retiring from spacecraft operations, Ochoa served as deputy director of NASA's Johnson Space Center, helping to manage and direct the astronaut office and aircraft operations. On January 1st, 2013, Ochoa became the first Hispanic and second female director of the Johnson Space Center. National service. She was named vice chair of the National Science Board for the 2018-20 term. She currently chairs a committee evaluating nominations for the National Medal of Technology and Innovation. Her husband is an intellectual property attorney, so he's smart. They got 2 sons. She's a classical flutist, played with the Stanford Symphony Orchestra. She's a musician, once receiving the Student Soloist Award. When she was an undergraduate at San Diego State University, she played the flute for 2 years as part of the university marching band, for 5 years as a member of the university wind ensemble. Isn't that weird how wind and wind are the same spelling, but you just know because of the context clues? She took a flute with her on her first mission to space. Man, she got some recognition. They named a school after her. Couple schools, several schools, a lot of schools, several awards. She was featured in the 2019 episode Astronaut Ellen Ochoa of the children's television program Ready, Jet, Go. Yeah, she don't have a book yet. She don't have a movie. She needs both of those. Both of them. Both of them. Shout out to Ellen Ochoa in space, where I try to be every evening. We'll be right back with the freestyle of the week. Yo. Shout out to Luis Puente. Shout out to my gente. Crazy in the mente. Alright. Yeah. Man, I'm ready to fly. Man, I'm ready to what? Man, I'm ready to fly. I ain't ready to die. I'm ready to try and make a buttload of a lot of money. Man, it's funny cause I accidentally said butt instead of boat. I'ma fucking smoke until I fucking float. Man, you a joke. Man, I'm a coke. Your girlfriend, and I don't mean on Facebook. Man, I mean Facebook. You know what I meant? Smoking on some weed, and it's all the money I spent. So I'm broke, but it's all good, cause I'm making money up in my hood. And I know one day I'ma be a millionaire. God got me, cause he got me always been there since I was a baby. And my mom used to tell me, man, this flow is kinda runny, this flow is kinda crummy, this flow is kinda what? Man, I'm feeling kinda bummy, but it's all good, man. Man, she chewing on my gummy, leave it all alone. I'ma keep going to this bitch call my home. Wait a minute, I ain't got no landline. Pay attention, bitch, man, I'ma just spit some rhymes till the day I go, cause I'm a flow master, bitch, yeah, you can call me pro. Call me Mr. Go, call me Mr. Trippin'. I'ma come through, man, these hoes be slippin' on they damn pussy. Man, it's some good shit. Man, it's some good pussy. Man, what it do? Man, what it is? Man, now you talking. There's some kids, now there isn't. I am alone in my damn home, sipping on some dome, sipping on some... fucked up. How long was that? 2 minutes, man. Sipping on some Dome? What the fuck is that? You gotta get this drink, guys, called Dome Juice. Dome alcohol. I bet you there's a dome drink. I hope there's a dome drink. Yo, there's some coffee called Dome. That's what I was talking about. Love y'all. Much love. See y'all next time. Peace.